How do you choose which method is best for you when you have different options to choose from? Well, this is what we do on this show, Contraceptive Matters with Dkt'S in Nigeria. We encourage and guide you on the best method for you. We know there are different options out there. We actually don't decide for you. You and your medical practitioner, your experts will decide which is best for you. But we encourage you to choose or to make the smartest and the best choices when it comes to child spacing method, when it comes to reproductive health issues and all that. That is what we do on Contraceptive Matters, like I said earlier on. This program is made possible by Dkt'S in Nigeria, one of the largest and private providers of reproductive health products and child spacing method in the country. We try to reduce maternal mortality rate. We also try to reduce sexually transmitted diseases in the country, among youth especially. I'm Olasumbo Modupe. The program continues shortly. Please stay with us. All right, thanks for staying with us. It's still Contraceptive Matters with Dkt'S in Nigeria, and I'm Olasumbo Modupe. Today we are looking at something different entirely. We are actually taking questions from Dkt'S toll-free short code. That's the RHS short code platform. Weekly, we receive thousands of messages across the country on that platform, and today we are doing you the honor by reading out the messages, attending to the questions and inquiries sent in by our wonderful viewers. And today I have with me Omolara Aluko, the Media and Communications Manager with Dkt'S in Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Sumbo. It's a pleasure being here.
How has your week been?
Well, it's been fine. Stressful, but manageable.
Okay. So we've been receiving messages on that platform. Every week we try to promote the use of that platform, Dkt'S toll-free short code. That's our RHS. We try to encourage people to send their short messages on that platform by sending or typing RHS space. You type your question and send it to 38350. RHS, by typing RHS on your phone. It is toll free. It is actually free of charge. Type RHS space your question and send it to 350. And weekly, we receive thousands of messages, like I said earlier on. And we have about more than 30 messages today. I hope time will permit us to treat all of them. Okay, to start with, let's go first with this, sent in by one of the viewers. Please, is it true that family planning have side effects?
Okay, thank you for that question. Basically, maybe I should add to your intro that these questions, when they are sent in to us, we are medical experts. What they do is to actually call the senders back. They call them back and they give them answers to these questions. So coming back to the first question you've asked, that is it true that contraceptive have side effect? Basically, the way I'm going to answer the question is number one, once you adopt a family planning method, because it is not part of your original system, it wasn't in your system before, it means that your system will need sometimes to get used
Maybe the
to
window
it.
period.
Yes, it will need a window period to get used to that contraception that has been introduced into the system. So now talking about the side effect, this side effect are likelihood. It's a maybe or may not, meaning that you could experience it or you could not. In 100 women, we could have 50 experiencing a side effect and the other 50 not experiencing anything at all, depending on our body type.
Body system
Yes,
differs.
yes. So let me now come down to what are the likely side effects you may or may not experience.
And it also depends on the method you
the
are
method
on.
you actually decided to go on. So basically, you could have a menstrual change, talking about you could have heavier bleed than before, or you could have what we call the spotting after in between your menstrual cycle. For some women, they may experience breast tenderness, that fades away within a time. Some may experience lower abdominal cramps for those that goes for the intrauterine device, talking about the Lydia IUD that is popularly known as the coil. So, looking at that, you could experience that. Some will tell you they experience light headaches, but we usually advise that please ensure that these headaches is not caused by other things, maybe stress, lack of rest, hunger, and all the rest. But basically, those are the likely side effects you may or may not experience once you adopt a method.
Okay, so let's move to the next question. How can I prevent myself from accidental pregnancy?
Okay, thank you. So when we are talking about accidental pregnancy, I will assume that the person actually had unprotected intercourse. So, once you are not on a method and you had unprotected intercourse, you have a saving grace in our emergency pill called the post pill. Yes, the post pill will actually come to your rescue. So, the post pill, the emergency pill is now actually the only method that you can actually use after unprotected intercourse. For every other contraceptive method, you would have taken them in, you would have used them before you had the intercourse. So you can take post pill. So talking about the post pill now, you can actually pick it up immediately after the intercourse for you to get high effectiveness, for you to get a very good efficacy, a 95% efficacy out of it. So in case you can't get at that particular time, you have an open window of 5 days for this post pill that we're talking about. It's a single pill that you can get to buy in pharmacies, drugstores across, yes,
without any prescription.
Thank you, without any prescription. So what it means that you take it, you have an open window of 5 days that you can still use to take. But please remember that the earlier you take it after unprotected unprotected intercourse, the best your chances of preventing accidental pregnancy.
Okay. How many months is advisable to take cyanide injection after delivery?
Okay. For cyanide press injection, talking about the 3-monthly contraceptive injection that is given subcutaneously, meaning that is given on the thigh, you can actually take it once your baby is 6 weeks. Okay. Immediately the baby is 6 weeks. Because yes, once when you give birth at the hospital, by the time they are discharging you, they ask you to come 6 weeks after, meaning that you can actually pick up that method, the contraceptive injection, 6 weeks after you've given birth.
Okay. How does the post pill work?
Okay, thank you. So for post pill, Post-P actually works in two ways. One, it actually prevents ovulation. It delays it. It doesn't allow ovulation to come to place. That is one way of working. Also, it also thickens the cervical mucus in the cervix. So now the cervical mucus is what aids the mobility of the sperm. It aids the mobility. It makes the sperm, it gives them the opportunity to swim very fast towards the egg. But now, what Post-P will do is to actually thicken that cervical mucus, thereby inhibiting, reducing the speed, making it, difficult for the sperm to actually swim towards the egg.
Okay, let's move to our next question from our viewer. Which process should I follow for child spacing?
Okay. Well, it is not something we can actually tell you categorically on here that this is the method that is good for you. Like we always reiterate on this show, that please, before you adopt a method outside of the barrier method, talking about the condoms or the emergency pill, every other method you need to discuss with your medical practitioner. You need to discuss with your doctor. So please, your doctor, you and your doctor, you are going to have a chat. The doctor is going to ask you what are the different varying questions about your health history. The doctor wants to know, so that both of you can come together and agree on the best method for you. So it's not something that, oh, my friend or my neighbor is on this method, so I can go on that method. Please, no, do not do that. Talk to your healthcare practitioner, and both of you can agree on a method that best suits you and even your lifestyle.
Okay, someone wants to know which of the contraceptive is good for 24 years of someone that is about 24 years and hope it will not delay pregnancy when I'm ready to have it.
Okay, so for that person, I try as much as possible to not to, when it comes to contraception, not to really use the age categorization. Okay. So what I would tell that person, you're 24, what is the frequency of intercourse? So, there are so many options that are available for you. You can actually pick, if you decide if the frequency of intercourse is not something that is much, then you can, use the emergency pill, talking about the post pill. Or if, that will not be, that you don't really want, you can go on the daily pill. You can pick the 3-month contraceptive injection, talking about the Dkt'S, or you can even walk into a healthcare facility, discuss with your doctor. They can put, help you insert the implant, either the implanon NST or the Jadel, or you can go for IUD. So, that will depend on you, number one. Then number two, your lifestyle. Are you somebody that is readily available to visit clinics? If not, then you need to look for a long-acting method to pick. Then coming back to the other part of the question that talks about the fact that, oh, hope it will not affect her when she's ready to get pregnant. Please, let's note this, that basically what contraception does in the body of a woman is actually to prevent pregnancy. That's the only thing it will do. And because this method, they actually have their means, they have the number of years, it has a duration period, meaning that once it expires, or once you stop taking them, for example, you're on daily pill, once you stop taking them, what it means is that your body is ready to get pregnant. So basically, it does not affect you when you are ready to get pregnant. Because why? It doesn't store up in the system.
Okay, moving on to the next one. How can I prevent my wife from getting pregnant? Our baby is 6 months old, and I think she's ready to go when it comes to sexual intercourse. Okay.
For a 6-month-old baby, for a nursing mother with a 6-month-old baby, you have varying options. You can start from the daily pill. The daily pill, once your baby is 6 months old, you can pick up the daily pill. Okay. Then moving away from that, the 3-monthly contraceptive injection, the Dkt'S now, you can also pick that. The wife can also go for that. She can go for the implants, talking about the implanon NST that works for 3 years, or the Jadel that works for 5 years. She can also pick that. Or if you don't want the hormonal methods that I've talked about, you can walk into any health facility, talk to your doctor about the Lydia IUD. It's actually a non-hormonal method. is non-hormonal. You have the one that works for 5 years, you have the one that works for 10 years. But please note that despite the duration of this contraception, you can actually take them out before their expiration date once you are ready to get pregnant.
All right. Which method can I adopt because I am asthmatic? Thank you.
Okay, so for that kind of a person, you need to speak with your doctor. I believe there is a doctor that is treating you. I believe there is a doctor you are reporting to. Please talk to your doctor. Don't just assume that, oh, I can walk in and pick any method. No, talk to your doctor, and I believe your doctor will be able to guide you better in the best method for you.
Okay. When using Cyanapress, is there any side effects?
Okay, for Cyanapress, talking about the 3-monthly contraceptive injection that you take the 4 shots in a year, every three months. Okay, for that, you may experience, depending on how your body reacts to it, you may experience heavy bleed.
Okay.
You may experience no bleed at all, meaning that no menstrual flow on a monthly basis. Some people will tell you that, some will tell you that, they experience, once you pick it, you could experience the breast tenderness. You could experience a slight headache, but over time it fades away. But the major with contraceptive injection are either heavy bleed that you can manage. Talking about the heavy bleed now, not that you'll be bleeding and in a day you use 10 or 12 sanitary towels. No, it's not. Then you could have no bleed at all, meaning that you may not menstruate. And the reason for this is because the way the contraceptive injection works, the way the Cyanapress works, is the fact that it inhibits ovulation. Okay. And ovulation, is basically the release of the egg from the ovary. So.
All right. Does post-pill prevent one from HIV and other STDs? That's the sexually transmitted diseases. Someone wants to know.
No, it does not. It does not. Post-pill is an emergency pill that only prevents pregnancy. You want to prevent sexually transmitted diseases? Please go for the condoms.
That's the barrier method.
Yeah, the barrier method. You go for those ones are worn over the genitals. So they prevent you. They are the only method now, talking about the male and the female condoms, they are the only method that actually do a dual protection in form of preventing sexually transmitted diseases and also preventing pregnancy. So please, if you know you're taking post-pill, what it will do for you is just to prevent pregnancy.
Okay, can one take post-pill after 3 days?
Yes, you can. You can. But please note that, because after 3 days, that means you've had the intercourse 3 days ago. We told you at the first question I answered about the emergency pill. I told you that the earlier you take it, the better your chances of preventing pregnancy. Okay. But the more you delay, you could get pregnant. I explained the mechanism of action. Yes, I explained that what it does in your system is to prevent ovulation. And for so many of us that doesn't really know how to calculate, that doesn't really know when we are ovulating, yes, that's why delay is dangerous for, for anyone that wants to take the emergency pill. So don't delay, but you can take it after 3 days. You can. Okay,
our next question actually talks about the calendar method of preventing pregnancy. What of the... I didn't get that right, but what of the calendar method of preventing pregnancy? Okay,
that's one
Maybe
of the
your safe period.
Yes, your safe period. Yes, that's one of the method of contraception. That's one of the older form of contraception. But the issue with the calendar method is number one, the fact that not every woman knows how to calculate their safe period. Not every woman knows how how to detect, how to observe the changes in the body for them to know that, it's about the time of the month that I will be ovulating. Then number two, with that method, the disadvantage of that method is the fact that there's no spontaneity in intercourse. Okay. So it means that for you and your partner, you have to wait until that time that you are safe. Meaning that, there's going to be a process, a time of denial for the both of you. So the spontaneity is not there. Then also the fact that it could fail. You could say, I am safe at this period. And you never can tell. So, for that also happens. So, those are the disadvantage of the calendar method.
Okay, I'm about to get married. I want to embrace a family planning method. Where do I start from?
Thank you. That's a beautiful one. She's about to get married. So what it means is that please we'll start by saying discuss with your partner. That's one. Then number two, both of you agree you walk into an hospital, healthcare facility. You know, discuss with the doctor. Because you are new couples, there's some method, you know, because sometimes we talk about return to fertility. There are some method that their return to fertility is very quick. There are some that you will have to wait. So for new couples like that, you know, they may be advised to go for the non-hormonal method. They may be advised to go for the likes of the daily pill, so that once they are ready to have the baby, once they come off it, the system goes back to normal and they can get pregnant.
All right. It's still Contraceptive Matters with Dkt'S in Nigeria, and together with Omolara Luko, the Media and Communications Manager with Dkt'S in Nigeria, we've been looking at some questions sent in on our toll-free shortcode. That's Dkt'S toll-free shortcode platform, the RHS shortcode platform. And so far, so good. We daily, like I said earlier on, we receive not less than thousands of messages weekly, not daily. And today we are trying to at least address about 30 out of those questions. I hope time will permit us to do justice to those questions. So far, so good. We've tried to attend to about 15 questions. We take a short break now. When we return, we read more messages. Please stay with us. All right, thanks for staying with us. It's still Contraceptive Matters with Dkt'S in Nigeria, and today we are looking at some questions sent in by viewers on Dkt'S toll-free shortcode. That's the RHS platform, and I've been doing that with Omolara Luko, the Media and Communications Manager with Dkt'S in Nigeria. We are being joined now by Dr. Queen Amina Biobako, our regular doctor. I forgot to actually introduce her earlier on. She was caught up somewhere, so she just got here now. So welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Okay, doctor, I don't know, maybe you're going to pick up a PhD soon. I don't know why I keep calling you doctor. All right. Lara Luka has been attending to one or two questions, about 15 of them, and so we have about 15 left. So let's quickly take some of them. Doctor, and I would like you to discuss about them. How will I know the method that is good for me and hope it will not disturb my menstrual cycle?
Okay, so like we've said a number of times, okay, knowing the best method for you. There are methods you can pick over the counter. A barrier method is tolerable to almost everyone,
Okay.
except you just happen to be the small percentage that you're allergic to the latex, really. But usually, the Fiesta, Kiss condoms, you could go over the counter and pick them without a prescription. Same with our post-pill emergency contraception. But if you're thinking of more long-acting or the daily pill, you need to talk to a healthcare professional first. So that there are questions we're going to be asking you about your health, about your family history, about medications you may be on, about your habits, because we also want you to be able to take it on a regular basis. And this will help make a decision on the choices that are best and safest for you, and you can make a decision, you can make a choice from those options that are shortlisted. As to whether or not it will affect your period, we've talked about that several times, that there's hormonals, especially for the hormonals, which are the injectables, the DKT press, the Implanon, we can have the Implanon NXT or the Jadel, which are the implants. Okay, so this may have some impact on your period. Some see their periods lighter, some have no periods at all. But be rest assured that over time, sometimes over time while you're on it, your periods comes as usual, and sometimes not having a period at all is no sign of disease at all. You can be rest assured with that, and then when you're off this method, your periods and your cycle reestablishes itself as usual. So it may be a potential effect of the medication not to see a period, but it doesn't mean that you are sick, and also your body may adjust and you have it back, or when you're off the method, your cycle reestablishes itself as usual. So
okay. One of the viewers wants to know how much a post-pill costs.
Okay, for a post-pill, you get a post-pill for 250.
Depending on where,
250 naira. So depending basically now on
your
where
location.
Yes, on your location. But on the average, you get post-pill at 250 naira, 250 naira, and it's just a single tablet.
Okay.
But Lara, I've seen people sell at 500.
Dr. Amina, we'll discuss that after the show. You know, I said depending
Depends,
on your
yes,
area.
that's
You know,
why I said
see,
depends on the
truth
area.
is, the things we'll
The
buy at the
upscale
open
area.
market.
Exactly.
The things you buy at the open market, they
Exactly.
sell at more.
Exactly.
So you can't expect to get at the same
Absolutely,
price.
that's
So,
what
you
I
know,
would put out
it
there.
depends on your area. But we say that the average you get, you know, from anywhere should be 250 naira for a post-pill.
Okay. Does daily contraceptive pills cause tiredness, or I should be bothered about being pregnant? If this viewer is not sure, that's what I call shall I spirit. She's not sure if
She should be bothered about being pregnant.
It could mean that she missed some pill.
Wow.
So, yes, it could mean that she has missed some pill and she had intercourse. So that was why she's asking that she's feeling tired now. Because if she has not been feeling tired before now, all of a sudden you are feeling tired. And you are not, the first thing you attribute the tiredness to is pregnancy. So she should please go for a pregnancy
I was going to
test.
say, what's the way forward?
Go for a pregnancy test. You should also be sure there are other things that can cause tiredness. So obviously those things should also be explored. Then we should also put it out there that remember there's no 100% effective contraception. But like Lara said, for you to even be thinking pregnancy, then you know that you've exposed yourself. So just be sure. Instead of assuming, it's easy to confirm that.
Okay. How much is a contraceptive injection in Nigeria? It seems most people of the questions we have today are
for
directed.
the DKT press now, I would say that from us at DKT, because we distribute to hospitals, to pharmacies, well, from us, you get a DKT press at 500 naira. But please note that once you want to get it, wherever you are getting it from, there's going to be a charge for the administration because you are going to pay for the expertise.
Not even for stocking.
Well, all of it together, because the person will make a bit of a profit,
and
then the professional,
yes. So all those things add together could make it go higher.
Yeah,
but yes, so but between 1,500 to 2,000, you should get a DKT press from a clinic or a pharmacy.
Okay, please, which of the contraception means is the best way to prevent sexually transmitted diseases?
Okay.
Absolutely, the barrier methods. Okay, we talk about if you're concerned about transfer of sexually transmitted infections or diseases, then the barrier method is the way to go. And like I always put out there, even that is not 100% cover, but it goes a long way. So abstinence still is the best way to, you know, prevent that on a large scale. But if you have to pick a contraceptive method that will give you a dual purpose of, you know, not getting pregnant, also protecting you, then Fiesta and Kiss condoms, male and female condoms, basically are the way to go, the choices to make.
So in addition to what she said, talking about the barrier method now, we have the likes of the diaphragm, the car diaphragm. No, it will not prevent sexually transmitted because it's
just
inside.
because it looks like
just because it's under, it's categorized as a barrier method does not mean it will prevent against sexually transmitted disease.
And
no.
The reason, really, that's why we talked about, you know, we mentioned specifically, just like Lara said, is the condoms themselves, they cover the whole area involved. Yes. With the diaphragm, it's just the cervix that is covered. There's still contact between, so definitely you are exposed. So that explains why.
I would like to take a contraception, but people around me are complaining of big stomach. Please, is there any that can be used that will not let my stomach big? It's funny.
You know what came to mind? Immediately you said big tummy. Is that a musician that said, Enitoba Yokoniko. But basically, let's just watch our lifestyle. I've not seen you anybody going on a contraceptive method and your tummy will suddenly start shooting out as if you are pregnant. I don't know. You know, these are essays. But please, you want to know the correct thing.
That should be dispelled.
Yes, you want to know the correct thing. Please visit your doctor. Go online. Go to honeyandbanana.com. You will read about all these methods. Send RHS to us. Ask the question. You know, like she has asked. But please, they are just myths. They are misconceptions. There are things that people. There are things that people just, you know, make up. You know, I was sharing with the doctor yesterday. She said when they were in med school, that whenever they teach them a topic about a new disease or anything, that somebody in the class will come down with that with that particular thing.
Feel like
that is a thing of the mind. Absolutely. So some of these things are things of the mind. There are things you are, it could be this, but it's not. You know, there is no proven fact. No research has been carried out to say that, contraceptive will actually, or contraception once taken will actually make your tummy to shoot out. No. So the person should watch what they eat. How much sugar intake are you getting in? How much carbohydrates? How much non-exercising, you know, sedentary life that you sit from morning till night, no exercise, no work. So we should check all that before pinning it on contraception. Okay.
Can emergency contraceptive pills cause infertility in women?
So no. Contraceptives generally will not cause infertility. What you're preventing is getting pregnant for a time. And when you're off it, you go back to your fecundity. That's how fertile you were before then, except there's something else going on that you missed. So infertility, this is not a cause of infertility. It's not any list. Being on a contraceptive is not a cause of infertility, except there was an issue even before the person started it. So that's a big no.
All right. We've been discussing, or we've been treating some questions we got from Dkt'S toll-free short code. That's the RHS platform. Viewers have sent messages in the past to that platform by sending RHS, typing RHS space and your question to 38350. You can also do that, or you visit www.honeyandbanana.com for more inquiries about these questions or any other methods out there that we have not touched. Or send your question by typing RHS space your question to Dkt'S toll-free short code. That's 38350. Type RHS space your question from your phone and send it to 38350, or call us on 08090279018 after the show. But for now, you can call the studio line. Call 0908-729-6673. 0908-729-6673. Our WhatsApp line is not available today, so please call 0908-729-6673. So let's go ahead with other questions. How can I prevent pregnancy with a woman who just had cesarean section? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Oh, we lost our call. How can I prevent pregnancy with a woman who just had cesarean section, since she needs to take some time to be pregnant again?
Okay, so for someone who had a cesarean section, usually we advise to wait at least 2 years. We do have some women who do have babies earlier or get pregnant earlier.
Okay, I think we have another call. Please hold your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma. Welcome to Contraceptive Matters. What's your name, please? Please go ahead. What's your name?
I'm Blessing.
Blessing, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos.
Lagos. Blessing, thanks for calling. What's your question?
Anytime I take Postinol 2, I normally bleed. I don't know the cause.
All right. Is that all, Blessing?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Please lower the volume of your TV set. I'm afraid we have to let you go if you do not lower the volume of your TV set. Please, before you call, lower the volume of your TV set. That's a rule, the #1 rule. If you do not do that, we are not going to listen to your call or entertain your call. Call 0908-729-6673. Doctor, before those calls came in, someone wants to know how to prevent pregnancy with a woman who just had cesarean section.
Yes. So this woman will benefit from a longer acting contraceptive method, but also remember that she just had a procedure. There's so many things to put into consideration, depending on what the concern of the medical professional will be as at the state of her womb at the time. So you may consider, okay, this woman, I want to give her a little time to heal, so I can consider an IUD. Or if she's eligible, there are no other things to worry about. You may consider putting in an implant that you could have for a time. And if there are no other worries as well, depending on her medical history, you could also consider giving an injectable. So there are things to consider basically on what exactly led to her having the surgery, her medical history, and other things that will not put her at risk of developing other issues. But there are things she can have for a long period. Okay, when you can, 10 years, we have our IUD, our Lydia IUDs for 10 years and 5 years.
Okay, hello,
so that
doctor,
she's
please.
ready for
Hello, doctor, hold your. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Are you there? Wow. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Contraceptive Matters. Good afternoon. What's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Johnson Penny.
Johnson Femi. Where are you calling from, Johnson? And thanks for calling.
I'm calling from Ibadan.
Oh, Ibadan. How is Ibadan? Ibadan Iluyole.
Fine, man.
Okay. What's your question, Femi?
Yeah, what happened is that my wife did this family planning for the past 4 years.
Okay. What method?
Ma?
What method?
I can't really say, but she took the drug. Then, but since then she has stopped using those pills. But she has not been pregnant since then.
When did she stop using that pill? You said she has been on that method for the past 4 years. We would like to know. We would like to know the name of that method, the pill. And when did she stop?
I will have to call back now.
Please do that. Please do that. And since when has she been trying to get... Oh, we lost him. We want to know when she has been trying to get pregnant. You said she has been on that method in the past 4 years.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. This is Adebisi calling from Ota.
Adebisi from Ota. Thanks for calling. What's your question?
Yes, ma'am. Please, I have a little problem concerning my menstrual period.
Okay.
The last month October, I did my period on the 24th.
Okay.
Okay, for now.
Adebisi, we can hardly hear what you're saying. The line is breaking. You said you had your last period on the 24th of October.
On the 21st of October.
21st of October, okay?
If it's not this month, when am I supposed to see it?
Okay, is that all, Adebisi?
Hold on.
Yes, I have a
Is she
question.
on any contraceptive method?
Adebisi, are you still there? Oh, we lost
Okay, so
her.
there are several questions to ask. Like
Okay,
Clara
I
said, are
think
you
we
on
should start with Adebisi.
Okay, that's
yes,
so
the last
are
call.
you on contraception? Is there something which
Okay, please hold your thought. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you there? What's your name?
Yes. My name is Milayo
Your name is Funlayo. From where?
from Ijebu.
Ijebu-Ode. Wow. Okay, what's your question?
My television now, and I'm looking at my television now, so I'm looking at this program that you are doing there.
Thanks for watching.
About that issue. Yes, I have problem on that issue.
What particular issue?
I'm not doing my menses for over maybe 8 years now.
Over 8 years.
Yes,
Are you on any method?
I did operation.
Are you on any
Contraception.
method? Are you on any method?
Method of I don't understand.
Are you
Are
on
you
any
on-
contraception? Are you on any family planning method?
No, I've never did it in my life.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and what surgery did you do?
I did operation 2007.
For what?
Yes.
For what?
So for baby.
Okay.
The baby was dead. During that
Yes.
time, I have blood labor. So they bring out the baby things, then I have problem on that
Okay,
issue.
I understand.
All right, thank you so much.
I
That
don't know how I can get.
go ahead, Funlayo.
Okay.
You don't know how?
What I can do.
What you can do.
Okay.
Find out the
Okay.
solution to my life.
Okay.
Because in then I have no baby now.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry about that, Funlayo. Thanks for calling. I'm afraid that's our last call for today. Funlayo from Ijebu-Ode. I think you should start with Adebisi.
Yes,
She said the last time she saw her period was
Okay.
21st of
So
October.
we're saying the questions that we need answers to.
If she's on any
the family
method.
planning method, was she regular to start with? Was there anything that changed along the line? You know, those things. What's your normal circle? You know, so those are the things. If you say you had on 21st, when I used to expect the next one, it depends on the length of your circle and all those other questions. Is it 28-day circle? If you count from the first day of the last one to the other one. So if you want to know what's your normal rate, if you saw it the first time on the 21st, and that's day one, if you count all the way down, 28 days after that, you expect the next week for your 28 days. Is it 35? Is it 32? So those are the questions. We cannot have all those questions answered. On the other, I'm going to start with the last lady that called.
Yes,
she wasn't on
she said-
contraception. She had surgery, yet she's not
past
seen her
8
period.
years.
So many things could have happened. There are syndromes that happen with things like that. You need to talk to your healthcare professional who will find out, you know, be able to counsel you on what happened and the next thing to do. Now, back to the man who said that
Femi
the wife,
from Ibadan,
yes, was
that's
on contraception
for 4
and now,
years and
you
she
know,
has
so
stopped. The-
I'm
trying
tying
to-
the two together because things can happen. Some people have never been on contraception, had one baby, and then there are things that pop up that is, you know, delaying the next baby. So if she's been off it for 4 years, have you been to a hospital? Has she been checked? Hormonal levels? Are there other things? There are other things that need to be explored for you to get to the bottom of it. Don't just listen to what people say. The myths and misconceptions. Oh, that's why we told you not to do this. So get to the right gynecologist, get properly evaluated, and I'm sure that a solution
Then
will come
Blessing
forth.
wants to know why she keeps bleeding after using a particular pill.
Okay, so that will depend on how she takes that
Exactly,
particular pill.
absolutely.
The pills are two. They are supposed to be taken 12 hours at intervals. So many people don't read the instruction. They pop the two at once.
And
So
some overuse in
Overuse
the
it.
same month.
Yes, in the
And
same
So you
month.
can
So
have that for repeat users who do
All
abuse
right,
it.
thank you so much. This is where we have to go. We have to leave the studio right now. All right, thank you so much, Blessing, for calling. Blessing, Femi Johnson, Adebisi, and Funlayo from Ijebu-Ode, Ota, and Ibadan. Thank you so much for honoring us today. Thank you so much. Please log on to www.honeyandbanana.com or send your question to Dkt'S toll-free code. That's by typing RHS space your question to 38350. I'm Olasumbo Mudupe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.